Hi guys, Raj here. This is Attendance App Vlog 3, where I share the design and development process behind my latest app, which is a facial recognition attendance app. Alright, so just right off the back, I've come up with a new name for the app called Attendo. I think it's better than Attendees, so the previous name was Attendees. Yeah, it's a good play on words, but I think Attendo is a bit more catchy. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys the new designs for the application, and I'm also going to outline the next step I'm going to be undertaking in the design development process. Let's get into it. I have my Figma file open right here. I have the color palette, the components, and the designs, which I'm going to go through in this video. Let's start off with the color palette. Okay. Here is the color palette. If you've watched my previous video, which was Attendance App Vlog 2, these will be pretty familiar to you. Nothing much has changed. It's got the basic semantic colors that all apps have, and then we have the primary, secondary, and accent colors for the app. Now, while I was researching for how I should design my app, I came across the 60-30-10 rule. And this is a design guideline which designers usually follow to keep their apps seamless and to keep the colors to make them visually appealing and to reduce visual clutter. So the 60-30-10 rule goes as follows. You have 60% of your application, which is usually a neutral color. In this case, it was this color for me. Then you have 30% of the application, which would probably be this black neutral color for me. And then you have 10% of the application, which for me was the primary color, which really highlights actions and things you can interact with. That's the 60-30-10 rule. It's not a die-hard rule. You don't have to strictly follow it. It's just a guideline to use colors in your applications. And you can see how I use colors in my applications later when I show you the design phase. Alright, so that's the color palette. Now let's head over to components. So we have some basic UI components, some buttons, some items, some list items, basic UI components that I need for my app. And I also decided to create the icons myself, at least in the design phase, because I think if you create the icons yourself instead of using any old icon from Flatcon, it makes your app more nuanced and personal, and it gives a sense of that you actually put a lot of effort into this app. So I created all the icons myself, and to be fair, I'm pretty proud with how it came out. Like this camera icon, I am very proud of that. I didn't know I was decent at icon development, but yeah, I guess we find out and we live and learn. All right, let's go on to the designs, the bulk of the application, or at least this video. All right, so I designed the main screens for the app. I did omit some secondary screens as I can focus on them more on the development phase rather than the design phase. Like things like drop downs and stuff like that, I can more easily implement them and think about them during the development phase. Also, something I noticed while I was designing, I kind of find it hard to think about all the features that the app will need. I find that in the development phase, I'm more in tune with the business logic and I can actually think, okay, what does the customer need? What features will make their life easier and stuff like that. So most of the business logic, I'm going to save it for the development phase where I'm more in that kind of mindset. All right. A quick disclaimer. I did think of doing a preview with Figma, and actually I did hook up all the interactions. So if I go to the prototype phase or prototype tab, you can see that I did hook up all the interactions, but some of the buttons don't work. And also since I didn't create every single screen, it's not really complete. So I decided to just show you the designs instead, just quickly go over the layout of the application. All right, so we have our first few screens, which is just signing up and registering your account. Once you've done that, this is the first screen that will be displayed. And if you have no classes, you can create a new class. So a class is basically a way to group a bunch of students together. So let's say you teach an English class at a school, but you also do a tutor class outside of school. You can separate those classes using this feature, classes. And you can take attendance for each of those classes separately. Once you have some classes, this is how it will be displayed. Yeah, so this is the basic design. If you guys have any suggestions of how I can improve design, please do let me know in the comments below. This is just a simple design that I've created, and this is kind of the first time I'm doing this kind of design with apps and actually thinking about how the app will look and really taking into consideration everything. So this is my first go at it. So please, if you have any suggestions, do drop them down in the comment section below. So if you click one of these classes, it'll take you to this page where you can view the students in that class and you can view the attendance for that particular day. So you can see in this particular day, it's February 20th, and you can see the attendance for that day. The crux of the application is obviously the facial recognition, where you can take attendance using facial recognition. So if you click this button, this one right here, it will take you to this page where you can then take attendance using facial recognition. This gray background represents the actual camera feed, and if the application detects a student in the frame, this little modal will appear and you can verify the student is there and you can mark them as present. Once you're done, click finalize and it will take you back to this screen. You can also view all the students that you have in the database, and you can obviously add new students. So these two buttons, you can add new students and it'll take you to this page where you can add a new student, or I'll also add a feature where you can add an existing student from a database. So that will make it easier. You can also view the student information, all the student information, like the email address and the SMS. You can also email them or SMS them or edit the information. Just some basic UI items. All right, you can also view the past attendance for the app. So if you click this drop down, there'll be a bunch of options, like you can download Excel reports to view past attendance. This is one of those options, and I will show you the past attendance for that class. So you can see, you can view how many students have been present or absent. I'll probably add some more metrics that you can view, but I'm just trying to keep it simple for now. Just get a working MVP, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's move on. Oh, by the way, so we have the nav bar down here where you can view classes, students, search field, and settings. So let's go to the search field. So this is just a basic search field where you can search for classes or students or accounts or settings. Yeah, just basic search functionality. And finally, we have the settings screen where you can just tweak some settings. So we have the account settings, notifications, and students. And we have those respective screens over here. Now, there's probably going to be more features, obviously. Like I said, for the design phase, just figuring out the main layout of the design, and I'm going to be thinking about more features and more like things that the customer will want during the development phase. So that's it for the designs. I think that's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much everything. That's it for the overall plan for what I'm going to do. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start implementing these screens, implementing all these colors and components. That's what I'm going to be doing for probably the next month until I finish the first working product of this app, and I'll then publish it to the Google Play Store. I also do plan on publishing it to the App Store, but since I have a PC, I have to do a little bit of extra configuration to make that work. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next month or so. And with school holidays coming to a close, I'll also get a chance to ask teachers at my school and ask them for any feedback or any features that they would like in an app like this. Well, that's been it for Attendance App Vlog 3. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Again, if you have any suggestions for any for how we can improve the design, if you have any suggestions for that, please don't hesitate to leave that in the comment section below. I'll also be leaving this Figma link in the description section below, so you can check out the file yourself. And I'll also be posting it on LinkedIn. And I'll leave a link to my LinkedIn profile in the description section below as well. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching.